Welcome, everybody. It's another exciting edition of the Sports Hole. I'm your host, Luke. With me, as always, XFL Jim, Rock and Roll Matty Goldberg, and some loud barking dogs.
What up, boys?
What's going on, guys?
Freshly shaved, freshly showered. I'm feeling good.
You got I like it when you groom for
clean,
the show.
right?
It makes us feel good.
I had the person who cut my hair also trimmed up the stash, so
you look like a
good job.
coach.
Oh, thanks, Matty.
But he looks like Dick Butkus.
Ooh,
yeah, you do.
I like
or
that.
Maybe like or Alex Karras from Webster.
Okay,
I love that show.
Yeah.
That is a throwback.
We should do a Webster reboot, and it's with you and Jim.
You know? Here's the thing I learned about Webster. I just learned a fun fact. The show wasn't about Webster.
What do you mean it wasn't about Webster?
what was it about?
Hold on.
The couple. And so they were going to...
Matty, you cut out.
Cut out. Go back to what was Webster about? Yes.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, you just froze. What was Webster about?
It was about the couple. So the first few episodes, Webster wasn't in it.
Ah. The fuck?
Okay.
So then they added Webster. It was just I think Jamie Lee Curtis was the wife in it.
I don't think she was the wife.
Am I crazy?
Yes.
Maybe I'm making this all up.
You're just rewriting Webster history?
By the way, my therapist just emailed me a book she wants me to read.
What's it called, Maddie?
50 Shades of Grey.
Ooh, yeah, she's good looking too. That's exciting.
I'll tell you what it's called. This is going to be really embarrassing.
But she wants to dominate you. She wants to tie you up.
Why is Safari not working? It is called Understanding and Treating Chronic Shame. Healing Right Brain Relational Trauma. Oh boy.
Maddie, do you have chronic shame?
Well, it's probably childhood shit, you know.
What are you ashamed of? You could let us be your therapist.
Yeah,
this is my therapy.
If you're ashamed of something, I'll tell you if you should or should not be ashamed of it.
Well, it's just I think no, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, come on. You talk to some broad about this, but not your mates?
I was just going to say one thing that you're ashamed of at all.
One thing I said to him, my therapist asked me if I was a vegetarian. I said, no, my mom was a vegetarian, and my whole family were vegetarian except for my dad. But he was only a vegetarian when my mom was around. And my mom would make me a burger and chicken. Then she'd give me a guilt trip, I got to make a separate meal for you.
Wow.
So I complained about that.
There's a Ween song about your mother.
You asked for it.
I complain about that too, Maddie.
So I said I still feel like shit about it, that I, burdened my mother about that. So sorry. I hope my mom doesn't hear it. But
you should not feel like shit.
Look, I don't usually complain in real life, but therapy, that's what you do. You go to therapy.
You're supposed to. That's the whole point.
That's where you do it. You guys got it out of me. Now that's on you guys. But that's what I talk about.
No, that's good. That's what it's all about, getting it out.
Yeah.
Now
so I got it out here too, but I'm fine. It's I get it out there, and then I come here and then I talk sports.
That's right.
And tell you guys how great I am. There's no shame.
There's no shame in that.
There's no guilt. There's no shame.
There's no guilt or shame in the sports hole, Maddie.
No, sports hole is shame guilt-free zone. You can be yourself here. You can eat meat.
Hopefully this will get me over some childhood shit,
That's the goal with this show. That's why I started it. This show really isn't broadcast to anyone. It's just all for you, Maddie.
What a crazy revelation.
All right? It's just like Webster. All right, guys, we got a lot going on. Well, kind of random shit going on in sports.
It's all over the place.
It is all over the place. Main thing making the news is NBA offseason is in full effect, Joe.
I think this goes to show, I think people say it all the time, the NBA is busiest when it's not playing basketball.
That's true.
It's mostly in the news when it's not about the basketball.
I know, basically until you're into the conference championships, nah.
So what I'm confused now is LeBron James is opting out of his contract. Does that mean he's done with the Lakers now or next year? Or
I thought he opted in. There's trade reports about him though.
Okay. Does he go back to the Cavaliers? He can basically, because he's LeBron James, he can go where he wants to. I would assume he's kind of like in that place where like I want to go here.
The question is, who would
Why
offer
does
him
he want to
like?
leave LA?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know what you could get for him because literally it's going to be you're renting a guy for a
Yeah,
year,
2 years.
For like the most amount of money
maybe
possible.
2 years. Yeah.
I mean, he's got a 2 year window to maybe help like a Cleveland get over the top, Indiana get over the top, Boston get back in there.
But if
He
you went to
goes
like
to
in Indiana, what would Indiana have to like trade to get rid like to?
Well, there's not much. It's just like you're taking a salary.
I would like to see him go to Denver and play with Jokic.
But
That would be
like
my
getting
wet
That'd be
dream.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Wet dream. Cream in my
or
jeans.
Dallas.
Send him up to Canada.
But do you think like he wanted JJ Redick? So now we're on year 2 with JJ Redick. So now it seems like he doesn't like JJ Redick. He's kind of a coach killer. I mean, he's an amazing player with an amazing career. I watched the craziest video too, because how I've watched those Matt Be Great videos. They're all my algorithm. I watched a video about this basketball player named Ricky Davis.
I remember him. The
Yeah,
guy with from the Cavs.
yes, he's on the Cavs.
I like that guy. He was good.
But did you know that he got a triple double one time? He got a rebound and then he shot at the other basket and missed it on purpose.
I remember that guy was a nut, but he was a really athletic guy. Though.
Yeah. So when LeBron came to the Cavs, he's like, yeah, he's just another guy to get me the ball, and
Right.
but I thought that was pretty wild. But like LeBron, I was weird too because you see the interviews with the players when LeBron came.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me a lot of Caitlin Clark. They were all like, yeah, he's not that good, or like he's just going to be another player. Like the hype is a little ridiculous. Like we're not worried about the hype. They were all shitting on him pretty hard. It must have been really hard for him to be 18 to come into the league and deal with guys like jealous or not.
Oh yeah,
or doubting his abilities. So like I give him credit, but this is a weird thing where he kind of handpicked JJ Redick. They were boys, and now after a year, you want out with Luka?
I think it's just media shit. I think the thing in the NBA though is like it's sort of like, well, if we can't win a championship this year, what are we doing? Let's blow it. Like it just sort of feels very everything feels very temporary. In
there's
the NBA.
Only a couple teams he could go to. Cleveland.
I don't know what. Here's what I would do.
The Knicks.
No, what they could do is trade him for like a younger player that somebody doesn't like really want anymore, but still has value, but maybe not a big enough value in a contract that they don't want.
Like on Indiana, that Mathurin guy is a good player. He's a good young player. I mean, he's no way in the world of LeBron James, but you're trading to maybe like get lucky, dump a big contract, and get really lucky with a guy with a very small contract.
Well, they wouldn't do that because they would only do that like this is a wash season for Indiana because Halliburton's going to be out the whole year. Yeah. If Halliburton was playing this year, I could see that happening.
But perhaps. I guess it's we'll see. I mean,
so if a team does get him, he's getting paid $52.6 million this season.
Yeah, that's another big problem.
Crazy money.
Like
when
that's
you think
a lot
about
to get
that
on
for a year. Like
I think Jaylen Brown's making like 60 a year.
Do you think like when these NBA players and these athletes, when they go like they do Uber Eats or DoorDash, and they're like they see like the $15 charge, you think they get like what the fuck? Like let's just cook tonight.
I don't think they do Uber Eats.
I bet they do actually.
They see how much the personal chef's going to cost them.
They're young kids. They probably eat like shits, and they don't want to go anywhere. So then, like, dude, if I was 18 with that kind, 20 with that kind of money, I'd have Uber Eats 6 times a day.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, nuts. But I don't really feel. We'll keep an eye on this LeBron thing, but I don't feel it's really going to happen. I don't know who it would make sense for and how you could even swing it.
How do teams pay these NBA players?
Well,
what
athletes.
What are these salaries?
It's it's
like there are bench players that make 20 mil a year in the NBA.
I'm just looking down. There's a whole list right here for salaries. I'm just going to go down to like fucking 377. Whoever Patrick Baldwin is, $636,000 a year.
Oh, he deserves every penny.
Miles McBride, number 259, $4.3 million.
I mean, you go to the market, but like everything is expensive. To order a pizza now. I mean, I'm an old man. Like, I remember my grandpa used to go like, "Oh, you want an ice cream cone?" I'm like, "Sure." And he's like, "Oh, here's a dime." I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" He's like, "A dime." Like, it's
throw it back $1. In his face.
Yeah, throw it back. No, I'm like, it's $1. But now ice cream, like I could say to my nephew, "Here's $1 to get ice cream," and he'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" He's like, "It's $10."
Yeah, he'd be like, "They still make dollars?"
So yeah, I mean, look, entertainment. I wonder what like Ryan Reynolds makes for a shitty movie.
Don't even get me started on fucking Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Jesus.
We're in times where money is not what it once was. Like, I don't want to say how much money I have in the bank, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm close to this amount that I've never been close to. And it's a lot, but it's a lot for 20, 30 years ago. It's shit for now. It's just different times. It's like money it has no value anymore.
Well, it's just basically like with inflation and everything, it's and we're in a day and age where the rich get much richer than anybody else. It's money's a weird thing nowadays. It doesn't,
and it's like it's also hard to feel bad for athletes when they lose with the amount of money they make. You ever like feel bad? Like I kind of felt bad for Josh Allen. I feel bad for certain the Pacers. But then you're like, they're all making good money. They got the finest women. Like, I'm a bum.
They're living good.
Yeah, but Maddie, they got to work a lot of nights.
I'm a bum. They don't want to even work.
They got to work holidays too, Luke. Don't forget that. They got to work holidays.
Travel for work. What a pain.
You know, we sound
unless
like
you're Kyrie Irving or someone during like Ramadan or something that 1 year, right?
We sound like the guys.
Like he just didn't play at all.
Right.
We sound like the guys in the Dire Straits video for money for nothing. I don't want to repeat the lyrics, but that's how I feel.
I know the lyrics. Yeah,
like look it was true guy.
Then. I think it's funny because I think it's true then, and it's even so much truer now. It's insane.
I mean, like you look at the guy that's up for the gambling thing.
What gambling thing?
The guy in the Pistons that's accused maybe of.
Oh, okay,
fucking with his stats.
Yeah,
which could fuck you for your life, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, the lottery of life. Now, don't get me wrong. You work so hard. You put so many hours in the gym, and then you were blessed with all this talent. Like, you just can't fuck that up if you have those opportunities. You know.
Yeah.
It's like the videos of the Matt Be Great guy that I'm addicted to, Jim. Like, how many of those videos are these kids that like 5-star 99? In high school, then in college, they go to Alabama, Ohio State, and then they fuck up, and there's so many stories.
Well, this one I did. Okay, so here's a couple things on that. Okay, Maddie is referring to Malik Beasley.
Yeah. Who's about to get a huge contract
for the Pistons. Yeah, well, here's the thing though. So with Jonte Porter, it was insanely obvious.
Yeah, this one is not as obvious.
This one's not as obvious, but here's the deal too. Remember Terry Rozier?
Yeah, Scary Terry.
Yes.
He was accused of this and got cleared. And this one, he didn't even meet the under on this.
Well, this one is a little lucky.
There was a lot of movement on it. That's what always raises red flags on these things. And you can't even win that much. So, like, the people like that won for Jonte Porter were winning like $80,000, which is a lot to you and I, but to Yeah, but Jonte Porter apparently had big gambling debts with the guys he was.
Oh,
So we
that
don't
is
know.
so
There's going to be
scary.
more to this
His
story, I'm
brother got
sure.
traded too.
Oh yeah, that is definitely coming up
I
in the
thought his brother
rundown
had
of
a
the.
rough playoffs.
Thank fucking God.
His brother's
Um,
never evolved into like the guy they think he should be.
no, Maddie, I'll tell you what, he was, and then the last couple of
He's
seasons,
regressed.
well, and I think a lot of it had to do with these family issues, though.
Yeah,
Because
it's
the
intense.
one brother's in prison for sports gambling, the other brother's in prison for killing someone in a drunk driving accident. So,
Jeez.
Great
this all
life.
happened like in the same few
Yeah,
months, all this
yeah, it's
shit.
rough.
So, I feel for him. I
Yeah.
hopefully he can recharge. He's a big guy.
Well, maybe trading will
He's a
give him
good
a new
shooter.
scene
Yeah.
and a new scenery. And
All right, let's just jump into all the trades then, because
yeah,
so the Nuggets, they move Michael Porter Jr. They get Cam Johnson, who was a good player on a shit team with New
solid,
Jersey.
very solid
They
player.
brought back Bruce Brown. They got Tim Hardaway Jr. They got Jonas Valanciunas.
And that kid Braun is turning into like a very good Alex Caruso, TJ McConnell type player.
Who?
So Christian Braun,
Oh yeah, no, I love him.
I like him a lot.
But this is good. They now actually have some depth, which
Yeah,
they've been lacking
yeah.
the last couple of
They played
years.
OKC really hard too.
Oh yeah, I think they're still right there.
Mm-hmm.
Houston also bulked up. Of course, they
Yeah.
got Durant a couple weeks ago. They brought back Clint Capella. They got
Mm-hmm.
Dorian Finney-Smith. My money's on Houston next year, by the way.
Yeah, this is
I
like
like that.
the
Yeah.
year that they came into. It was like OKC last year had a super talented team, but wasn't ready.
Yeah.
This year ready. So Houston, got to take the next step
Well,
next year.
they've added some vets now, which I like. It was a very young team.
Mm-hmm.
They needed a little more. They got. I like this team a lot. I think OKC should be watching their backs for these dudes.
Absolutely.
And they were the second seed in the
And I
playoffs.
think the Lakers will take a step back because we don't know what the hell they're doing. I think the Clippers are like a playoff team, but probably one and done. And the Warriors, I just think age is
Yeah,
catching up.
agreed. And
Steph,
you got to be deep too. So
yeah.
we got D'Angelo Russell going to the Mavs. I think this is
Is he still a
solid for
factor?
them. What's that?
Is he still like a factor?
He's not like a factor, but he's like a solid player coming off the bench.
Yeah. He's the one who snitched on his teammate about like cheating or something.
Well, that was like when he was his second year in the league or something.
Yeah, he belonged. That's a Dabbleverse thing.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty awkward. That got him traded from the Lakers originally.
By the way, do you know how crazy? I don't want to say that.
What's up, Maddie?
I was just gonna talk about the Dalverse.
Oh, you're all over the place.
How crazy Gino Visconti is. You know Gino Visconti?
Okay, no, Maddie, but you can share this, but set it up for everybody.
So the steel toe guy sends a picture and gets arrested for it's like let's say if like we're on the air right now and I send you a picture of a girl.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, your boy didn't do too bad, did he? And you guys are like, oh, I like tattoos, and I got arrested.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Maddie's
guy Gino got the picture. He doesn't think it's a big deal. So he's like, he doesn't think it's a big deal. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You unfroze. Yeah.
So he doesn't think it's a big deal. So he's like tweeting at the guy's wife, like, hey, I'm jerking off to your wife's picture right now. Right. On Twitter. And it made the Daily Mail. And then he tweeted to the author of the article, I'm like, why don't you talk to me? I'll set you fucking straight what happened.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Talk about Gino's wife, Maddie. Who's his wife?
Keanu Thompson. OnlyFans superstar. Has
what is she known for on OnlyFans?
She allegedly sent a picture of her butthole for $1,000 to another guy. She said it, so I didn't say it.
Well, on OnlyFans, I thought doesn't she put stuff up her butt on OnlyFans?
I guess, but some of the pictures got leaked or something, and she was like, "I did it for $1,000. Somebody gave me $1,000 for this one." I don't know. She's a mess. It's a very weird couple. For their wedding, they had a Skittles cake.
Ew. Maddie, you'd be freezing in time today.
Yeah, man, the internet's like
Did you hear what I said about the wedding?
Yeah,
maybe it's where I am, but for the wedding they had a Skittles cake.
Yeah, no, we got that. That's disgusting. We were all
right. Well, anyway, yeah, that's it.
All right, other moves. Well, the big one was the Bucks waiving Damian Lillard, and then like he's basically going to get paid 113 million whether he plays again or not. He will play again, and then he'll get another bonus contract on top of that.
That's amazing,
right? So basically, whenever he heals, I don't think he'll be back next season. But
do you guys think we'd be viewing Lillard differently if he never left Portland?
I mean, yeah, it's great if you can be that hero to the one team. But
he was never going to ring that. He was never going to win there. Like, obviously. No. But I don't know. I always loved him there.
Maybe he should go back. They do have some nice young players now. And
CJ McCollum?
Yeah.
He's a good player.
What's that?
CJ McCollum.
Well, he's gone.
Oh, he's not on the team anymore?
No, I don't even know where he is now. He was like in New Orleans last I saw. He might be at the Wizards now.
What do you think of I think next year Orlando's
he's still on the Pelicans, yeah.
I think Orlando's going to be good. I mean, I thought the draft was one of the weirdest things because the NFL somehow there's a lot more suspense.
Yeah.
And a lot more intrigue. And like the NBA, it's like once Cooper Flag is picked, which everybody knew was going to happen.
The lottery is way more exciting than the draft itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're 100% right, Jimbo.
And it's weird too because so now you're also like before, like 20 years ago, everybody came from college, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like you're coming from the G League, you're coming from the Australian League, you're coming from Europe.
Yeah.
So you don't have this knowledge of every player, unless you're a diehard who like really follows these people. You're just like,
I think the most exciting year was the year that like Chris Webber and Anthony Hardaway got drafted because if you remember, they got traded. Because the Magic somehow won the lottery like 2 years in a row, something crazy like that.
Uh-huh.
So they had Shaq, and then Weber was going to be 1, Hardaway was going to be 2. So they didn't want 2 big guys, so they drafted Weber. They traded him for Hardaway, but that was exciting. Like that was like NFL draft type drama.
That would have been really fun seeing Chris Webber and Shaq. Like Weber's playing a 4, Shaq at the 5. Like
I mean, Hardaway had a great career. He just got hurt, but
he did. Yeah, he was unheralded.
They got to figure out how to make it more exciting.
Well, also one thing that sucks about the draft now too is NIL money. So these guys are coming in rich already. Sure. So you saw multiple players like upset with where they're going when normally like everyone's just super happy. It's their dream come true.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you saw Ace Bailey. Who knows? Who knows what he's gonna do?
Yeah.
And it's funny because when you have power, you can pull that shit. When you don't have power, you can't. I'm thinking of Shedeur Sanders because I remember his dad was like, "Yeah, we're calling the shots."
Right.
And then the NFL was like, "Yeah, suck a dick."
No one cares, bro.
And then it was like, "Please, Cleveland, take my son."
Right.
He was like, just when they got. I will say this: I watched their draft stuff. And when he got drafted, they were very happy. And even for Shedeur to sign a free agent contract, it meant a lot. And you just saw it humbled him up real fast. So we'll see what happens.
But then he got popped for a massive speeding ticket. Like,
that's
just classic NFL. It's fine.
Yeah, that's rookie stuff, brother.
I mean,
that's
that guy.
Learned,
yeah,
that's in Chris Carter tells you to get a full.
Halfway through every like monologue. I love
it.
Do you remember the Fall Guy thing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That was great. We did have some NFL news. Darren Waller unretiring, heading to Jim's Miami Dolphins.
On. We got another
if the guy's healthy, he can play. He was great on the Raiders.
He's retiring his rap career.
Oh, it was pretty bad.
I forgot to mention the story, but he was sharing with someone that when he decided to retire when he was on the Giants, and it was like they kept running him like up the middle of the line, like 3-4 times, and he's like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Well, they did that. They did that with Aaron Hernandez too. So it's for a tight end to run. It's like it's almost like
it's one thing when Belichick does it. It's another thing when like you're on a not great team and doing it.
Yeah. Well, I learned a lot about him on Hard Knocks with the Raiders, and he had a really bad addiction to painkillers, and he took a year off, but he had so much talent, and John Gruden really developed him, and he had some really good years with the Raiders, and then the Giants. It was a big trade, and it was total bust there, and then retiring, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I think you realize like he's probably got 2 or 3 years of his body to take hits.
Yeah.
And you got to make that money, man.
Well, he went through a divorce too.
Yep.
You know,
the girl basketball.
It's like either join a softball league or get back in the NFL.
And he'll probably
I would have chose softball. What's that?
We'll probably make 10 mil this year.
I think he's making 5. Did I read that right, Jim? I don't know what he's going to
I think he is making around 5.
Do you think it'll help the Dolphins, Jim?
Dolphins making moves. They also swapped Jalen Ramsey for Minka Fitzpatrick.
That I do like. That move I do like.
Okay. So you're not excited about Darren Waller?
I mean, Darren Waller is like a coin flip. Like, obviously, like Matty said, if he's playing like he was on the Raiders, stud.
Right.
And I think he fits the offense that McDaniel wants to play like super well.
But if he's rapping.
Yeah, I don't know what Darren Waller we're getting. That's the thing.
Right.
The Jalen Ramsey for Fitzpatrick, love it. I loved Fitzpatrick when he was on the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. Glad he's back. And honestly, Jalen Ramsey, especially this last 2 years, has been very disappointing.
Well, he's showing up late.
He just hasn't been like a great corner either.
Yeah, I think
he's been fine.
I bashed a lot. I used to love Mike McDaniel, and then I turned on him. And I don't want to bash him, but like when guys lose motivation and you lose the locker room, you lose people with concentration. And I was watching a video about Miami, and they were saying, here's something interesting. Maybe you guys can give your opinion here. They're like, how do you win in Miami? It's like the best party city with the best weather. There's so many
models. It's like model capital of the world too.
Like they're saying, even playing in New York, everybody lives in Jersey, so it's not like they're in Manhattan.
Right.
So is there a case? Is there something to that, or?
I mean, probably to an extent. You get all these
the Heat have won multiple championships.
True, that's fair.
But I guess you're relying on a lot fewer players in basketball. All right. Caitlin Clark voted to the All-Star game. Number 1 by fans, by her colleagues, by other WNBA players, was voted the 9th best guard in the league.
Wasn't she number? It was like number 1 fans, number 3 media, number 9 players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she really the 9th best, or is that like kind of tough?
9th best guard? I mean, I don't know. There's probably definitely a couple that are really better than her. You know, she's only in her second year. But 9th, no.
9th is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'd probably put her. I mean, obviously I don't know WNBA stats, so just you can say everything.
I don't really know the other players.
But
I think she's pretty good. I've watched her. She can kick ass, but a lot of these ladies still don't like her. So
no, they hate her. But now the WNBA is supposedly expanding. The funny thing is, it was like expanding to Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia. I didn't even realize Detroit didn't have a team anymore.
How do they not have a Boston team?
I don't know. They don't want them, I guess.
Okay, I'm looking up season leaders right now. Points per game. She is not in the top 5.
Well, she's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, that's also true.
And she did have some really good games.
She is number 2 for assists per game.
Right, which is a guard stat.
Well, I will say she's had some tough shooting games. Like coming back, her 3-pointer has been a little off.
And she has been hurt.
Yeah.
She had a great game versus the New York Liberty, but after that, she struggled a lot. So,
But regardless, I don't think we're talking WNBA expansion if Caitlin Clark's not in the league.
of course not.
Yeah.
100%.
They don't want to admit this fucking shit.
No. It's because I saw one video where some guy said that Angel Reese made her.
Yeah, I saw that take too, which is crazy.
Who said this?
I don't know.
It sounds like something Kendrick Perkins would say.
I saw something about that. I don't remember who it was, but I saw the thing on Twitter, and I was like, what the fuck?
Okay.
It makes no sense.
Angel Reese has been playing well, though, lately.
She has. She has been playing
and
really
not
well.
getting just me bounds.
No, she's been doing really good. It's weird when people have to like defend Caitlin Clark by shitting on Angel Reese.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, it's fun to shit on.
It's
Angel
very
Reese,
fun, and she's hilarious.
But let's
she
give her
is
flowers
good. Like
when
she's not a bad player.
No, it's just more like I think the me bound things. So because of her, I now know of me bounds and pray ups.
Yeah, pray ups is a good one.
Caitlin Clark, I'm looking at their game. They're playing tonight. She's not even playing.
No, she's been
still
injured
hurt.
off
She's
and
hurt.
on all season.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They just got to keep her healthy enough to make the playoffs, I guess.
Angel Reese plays every game.
That's right. She's tough. She's built.
So does my
tough.
queen Asia Williams.
Your cat
Wilson, Asia Wilson.
Asia Wilson's the best player.
She is
easily
by far the best player in the league.
Jim, your cat is getting into your draw.
I see it, Maddie.
Maddie, some people aren't watching on YouTube. They might take that the wrong way.
He's cute as hell, man.
She's adorable.
I wish my cat would come and climb on me. He never. He only did that when he was a baby. Now he just wants distance. We got a Diamondbacks fan. Have you guys seen this guy who's caught like 4 home runs that he reaches over the wall?
Yeah.
We banned this guy?
No, is this the professional guy that's doing it?
No, that's
not that guy. I know
okay.
Could have.
Okay.
I hate that guy.
That guy was the worst person ever.
Like, is he just waiting to get hurt? Like
Zach Campbell?
Well, he does it at home. So he just reaches over and he's like basically giving home runs to a couple Diamondback players and basically cause doubles for opposing teams. It's really funny because they were so obviously like interference and they didn't call him on a couple of them. But he's probably going to get banned now that he went viral.
Yeah, probably. He'll probably get like a year ban or a couple year ban or something.
Yeah. Speaking of bans, everyone's favorite swimmer, Leah Thompson, banned.
Hey.
I know we're a hard-hitting political show here, so got to get in the nuts and bolts of this one. No pun intended. So what's happened is University of Penn or Penn U, I don't know what they call them, but
I think it's UPenn.
UPenn. It's an Ivy League school. I'm too dumb, so I don't know these things. But they have they've had to ban trans athletes to get basically the Department of Justice has been suing them over trans athletes, and this is the way that it will be dropped. And so now all of her records are going to be reversed and everything. So this is a hot button issue.
Hot takes.
Yeah. Jim, you got a hot take on this one?
I didn't know they had any records. I mean, I thought they were a decent swimmer, but like, I know they had records.
No one wants to touch this one.
So they had the championship win in the 500 freestyle in 2022, and then the championship 100 freestyle. Those are Penn's women's swim team records. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And she won like nationals too, right?
Those two nationals in 2022.
Yeah, those are going to be
2 events: the 100 freestyle and the 500 freestyle.
Those are probably going to be voided.
And then they won. They have like UPenn records for the 200 freestyle, 1,000 freestyle, 1650, and then 2 of those are relay events. The 400
Yeah.
freestyle relay and the 800 freestyle relay.
Well, I think the positives coming out of this are going to be like they're going to set some clear boundaries or whatever, to make it more clear as to who can compete in the women's division and who can't. So that way people won't be participating and then getting their whole careers overturned at some point. But we'll leave that to the experts.
You know, they had some men's records too, so I don't fucking know.
What's that?
Are they going to erase their men's records that they held too, like in 2018 and 19?
Oh, did she have those for when she?
Yeah,
signed
like
with
she
the
wasn't
men's?
a bomb in men's.
No, she was like. Well, she was like a top 100 or 200 swimmer overall.
Yeah, she still holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men's records at Penn.
Do they list them as Leah Thompson?
I don't know.
You mean the actress in Back to the Future?
That's Leah Thomas.
Oh. I thought you said Leah
That's
Thomas.
that's Zoe Deutsch's mom.
I mean, that sucks. Sucks for them. But
Yeah, unfortunately,
they're
we're in
almost
a,
out of college, right?
What's that?
Yeah, they got to be. They're graduated already.
I don't know.
26
Oh, okay.
has to be like graduated already, right?
Wait, she's 26?
Yeah.
So she was way older than everyone too? Like, oh my god.
Well, it's another thing with the COVID. Like you get the extra COVID.
Right,
year.
right.
Like you only
I
think
guess
about
I
it with like
just don't-
football
I
and
mean-
basketball, but like
Yeah. I'm so used to it just being in the big men's sports
Yeah.
that to see other people that would stay in school that long for probably, where you can't really make any money off of it, and seems kind of
they could probably make a lot more money being like an activist or something at this point.
sure, definitely. Well, good luck to Leo wherever she ends up. Maddie,
I agree.
BY Jew is no more.
I already got suspended for having sex.
He had
Yes, sir.
sex.
Can't do that.
Maddie,
Yeah,
have you
you
ever had
know-
sex?
About 10 years ago, I remember right before the NCAA tournament, one of their players got suspended for having sex. Right, like he was their second best player. So they don't fuck around.
No. So this stems from a rape allegation,
Oh boy.
which it was a lawsuit, but has now actually been dismissed with prejudice. So, but he did
But he's
confess
still-
to having premarital sex with this person. So
Yep, you can't do that.
this is weird. This is a weird position this guy's in now.
Yes.
I
I
think
mean-
he's a hot ticket in the transfer portal. I'll
Hot
say
ticket,
that
yes.
much.
I mean, but like it's still like when you have the R word next to your name, even though you're cleared, it's kind of still.
But
a
what
little
about
smudgy,
the punter? The punter, he's doing all right on the Chiefs. He was accused of everything, and he got cleared. So I mean, people get cleared. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I think the fact that he got cleared, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
a quarterback
Who knows-
is definitely different, though.
who knows
Quarterback-
this year because it's so late into the cycle.
Yeah.
So who knows what team would grab him this year? But like,
I mean, we haven't heard of any like injuries or anything like that. I don't know.
7 games is.
you guys think Jim McMahon wasn't having like premarital sex? Like,
you can't get caught?
I guess you're right,
Jim
Matty. I guess you're right.
McMahon was wearing his Ray-Bans and
I
pounding.
mean, how many guys are smoking weed, doing coke in college, playing sports, and didn't get caught?
Yeah, it is really weird that Jim McMahon went there. I don't know.
That's
still
weird,
the
right?
funniest thing.
I mean, the Bears said that when he went for his interviews, he showed up with like a Budweiser and just popped it open during his like combine interview.
I love that.
Also,
so
you
much.
can't do that when you're Mormon either. You can't be drinking.
You're a football player. It's BYU. It's BYU.
Hey guys, just so you know,
I still think they're going to be pretty good, though.
probably they've been a good program. They're doing well recruiting.
My ticket,
too.
I was going to punch on them to win the Big 12 is definitely. I'm not doing that anymore. But
No. So, I don't know what Trump's going to do about this, but for the first time in history, the reigning NBA, NHL, and MLB finals playoff MVPs are all Canadian?
51st state. 51st state, baby.
Maddie, what are we going to do about that?
51st state.
That's the best way to handle it. Just make them ours.
Canada's catching up, but I was watching soccer this weekend. I had a parlay, Canada money line, USA money line, and Canada fucked me.
No, no MVP, no NFL, no Canadian in the NFL for MVP. I'll say that much.
No, I don't know many
Not
Canadian
yet.
football players.
The CFL actually had their first Canadian MVP in a long time. It's been Americans for a lot of the CFL for the recent few years.
Yeah. Wait, who's the baseball guy that was Canadian?
Who was the?
It was the Dodgers that won. Maddie, who was the MLB Canadian that I didn't realize was Canadian?
I don't know. I know Joey Votto, but I think he's
who won the playoff NBA?
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman's Canadian?
No, he's from Georgia.
Freddie Freeman is he was born in Fountain Valley, California, but he won the Finals MVP.
I thought he was from Georgia.
Yeah, that's why I can't figure this out.
Maybe
World
it's
Series
an
most valuable player.
A playoff MVP.
So the title says Finals playoff MVPs. Finals/playoff MVPs?
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Maybe the article actually says.
Was there
I can't think of many Dodgers from Canada.
No, it might not have been a Dodger if they're qualifying as playoff MVP, which I've never you don't really hear that term a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
And I can't find it in here because this article's
The article only says
Shea Gilgeous.
about SGA, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they just lying?
I don't know. Who else was a stud in MLB last year that in the playoffs?
I don't know. I'm thinking of the Dodgers and the Yankees.
2024 MLB postseason saw Tommy Edman win NLCS MVP.
Oh, he might be Canadian, but I don't think so.
I'm looking him up right now, Maddie. Tommy Edman. Boom. Boom. He is from Pontiac, Michigan.
Yeah. Born in the Silver Dome.
NLCS MVP was Giancarlo Stanton.
He's from California.
Yep, he's from Panorama City.
Yeah, yeah. He's an LA guy.
Yep.
Oh, okay. No. So here's this. So Freddie Freeman apparently has dual citizenship.
Oh, Jesus. That doesn't count.
But due to Canadian, his parents are Canadian, but he's only ever lived in California and Georgia.
No, fuck that.
That's bullshit.
That doesn't count. He's
Fucking
American.
bullshit.
He's American. Just because he has 2 passports.
Yeah.
That doesn't count at all. You all right there, Maddie?
It's just hot.
What's the temp in your place?
I will say Freddie Freeman actually does play for Team Canada.
The sun is coming right in this place.
Oh, you poor thing. It's only 113 degrees where I live. Oh. So the Browns, this gets my blood boiling. The Browns got Ohio governor just signed legislation to fund the Browns, to put money toward the Browns' new football stadium in a bill that they were cutting $60 billion from the budget. How the fuck does this happen?
I
hate. How do you guys feel about public funding these?
I hate it. I fucking hate it. I'm just gonna say it. I hate it. Like these teams are owned by billionaires. Why can't they afford to fucking pay their own stadium?
Oh yeah,
because that's why they're billionaires. They can figure this shit out.
I guess so.
I hate them. I at one point might just stop sports, and this will just become the whole. We'll just call it the whole.
There used to be a comedy club in New York, and they basically were like, we use plastic cups, our amenities suck, our bathrooms suck, and the owner was like a multimillionaire because he was smart. He put so little overhead in his club, and I saw so many clubs open that, um, tried to make it beautiful and classy and
Right.
clean, and they went out of business. So these owners know what they're doing, and they don't give a fuck.
Well, the
And
I
funny
mean, that's
thing
what
is
the Redskins did forever, right? Like,
yeah,
the fans are going to come regardless.
no matter
You
what.
know,
Yes.
like that's just it. I mean, Michigan
And
Stadium's
you do
110
you
years
threaten to
old.
leave. Like, look at the Vikings. The Vikings are like, hey, okay, I
I
know
say,
we're part of
fuck
Minnesota, but
them,
we're
leave.
yeah, I
Fuck
would say
you.
that's what
And
I
on the
would
way
say.
out, we're gonna fucking stand there with AK-47s and just fucking roll you down. Cause fuck you. You get us, you get our loyalty, and then you hold us hostage, and you're so
I
much more.
well,
You have
I
so
would
much more
say
money, wealth than us.
I would say fuck them and like leave. Like Vegas can only take so many teams.
Right?
Like, where are you going?
Yeah.
we'll
Go
go
ahead.
anywhere.
I
Where?
hate this.
Yeah, but
I don't think any of my
you say
Detroit
that,
teams
but
have
like
pulled
Jim,
this bullshit.
I'm just gonna play
Where are the
devil's
Browns
advocate.
going to go, Matty?
All right, let's say a college team can move. What is that gonna do? Like, let's say Nebraska's like, fuck you, we can't get a new stadium. We're gonna move to fucking California and play at SoFi. Are you gonna be happy about that?
I'll be happy about it, but I'm just like, are they making the public pay for it?
Yeah,
Is it the Lincoln public or the whole Nebraska public?
you, everybody.
Yeah, fuck them.
You love Nebraska.
I love Nebraska,
Your dad
but I'm
loved
not paying
Nebraska.
for a fucking stadium. Like,
Your
Matty,
grandpa loved
the
Nebraska.
team
Your
brings in
great-grandpa
billions of
loved
dollars.
Nebraska.
They can't
Your
pay for their own
kids.
stadium.
It would be funny though if they were still called Nebraska and they played in
So
Los Angeles.
when you have a
It
son,
would be. The
and
Nebraska
he's 7.
Cornhuskers at the LA Coliseum.
Yeah. Nebraska Cornhuskers of Anaheim.
when your kid is 7 and he goes, "Daddy, take me to a football game," and you can't take him to a game because
I can take it to a different game. We'll go to a K-State game, I guess.
What about an AFL game? Arena football.
We'll go to the Omaha Beef, baby. NAL.
What if the beef threatened to leave? Also, great name.
I think they have threatened to leave.
Sometimes they just have to leave.
The Omaha Beef, as good of a team name as they are notorious in the NAL for like being, because they're like the number one braided team in the league. They're notorious for being like crybabies about everything and like trying to rig things for them.
I like that.
Yeah, it's very funny.
One other story that might get your blood boiling too. Jake Paul is now ranked as a legit boxer and can actually compete for the cruiserweight.
The way I look at Jake Paul,
boxing isn't real.
I look at Jake Paul like Twitter, like it's an imaginary fake world for people that want to be outraged. So I could care less.
So
he's not going to get my money.
Julio Chavez Jr.
I could care less though.
No, well,
he lives in an imaginary world where he needs lovers and haters equally to help his brand, and I'm just not going to participate either way. I don't hate him. I don't like him. I don't really care. He's not really worth my time.
Well, I will give him this though. I think there was a UFC fighter that he had fought in boxing and that needed a lung transplant. He paid for it. Dana White didn't pay for it.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
He's been like, I will say this, like, he has been calling out Dana White for the pay.
That's the funniest thing
fighters.
he's been doing too, because UFC fighters are severely underpaid. Oh my
I've heard him talk as a wrestler. He's actually really good at that. Like he plays.
No, he doesn't wrestle, Matty. His brother's the one who wrestles.
Oh, what do I know?
Logan Paul's the one who wrestles. Jake Paul's the one who does fake boxing events.
Either one of them. Fuck.
It's gonna be funny though when he's a real boxing champion.
That would be funny.
He beat Mike Tyson.
He's really ranked.
Yo, he beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was one of the best.
Yeah, Mike Tyson, one of the best to do it. He just put him in his place.
That's right. He beat Mike Tyson in his prime.
In his prime, baby.
All right, you guys got anything to add before we get the fuck out of here?
Go ahead, Matty.
Bachelor in Paradise starts Monday.
Yeah.
That will get me to preseason NFL, the real football league.
Jim, you got to jump in on that.
I might have to.
We're just 6 weeks away from fucking college football.
You guys should live stream your watch-alongs for it.
We probably should. Jim, why don't you try it?
What?
Bachelor
What do
in
you mean,
Paradise
what?
is batshit crazy. It's so
Get the
fun.
lady, you'll be hooked.
Okay,
You
we
and the
might.
lady will be
You know
hooked.
what? You know what? What's it on?
Monday night, July 7th.
ABC.
What ABC? Okay, Monday
Yeah.
night.
Here's the premise, though.
Mark your calendar.
What?
This is what
Okay.
they do. This is evil. They take 3 hot guys and they take 3 hot girls, or like 4 and 4, and they couple them up, and they're all like happy and they're together and they've already established like I'm with him, I'm with her, and then what they do is they bring it down like 2 hotter guys and 2 hotter girls, and then they can ask somebody on a date. So they're like, "Hey, Brad, I know you've been like laying in the sun with Cindy, but do you want to go on a date with me?"
It kind of sounds
Okay.
like what Love Island is a little bit.
Well,
Oh,
Love
it is
Island stole the
evil.
whole idea.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is what makes Bachelor in Paradise great is you know these people from previous seasons, and so there's backstories with these.
Okay, I
people,
love
too.
that.
So, and you don't need the backstory to jump in. You can still jump in, but it's sort of like it's like the playoffs of the Bachelor series.
It's
you
better
know?
because they take the crazy people.
Yeah, they
There's
take
no
like
sappy
the
bullshit.
yeah,
No
like
sappy bullshit.
during the regular like the Bachelor, you just sort of slug through those seasons, the regular seasons, to get through to Paradise, and they haven't had Paradise in a couple of years.
Are you guys excited for week 2 when there's 2 episodes?
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love
Make
the
it
dirty
3.
Jim.
What?
They also got to get it over by like football season. So they're like, sometimes they wrap it up even early.
How many episodes is it usually?
About 8 or 9.
Yeah.
There's
It
always
goes
some
pretty
wild
fast.
shit because there's always like a couple that's really strong, and you're like, oh wow, maybe this is love, and then some guy comes down.
Who
The
are these
girl-
Goldens?
Yeah, I don't want to watch old people fuck.
Well,
I
it
do.
says episode 3, the Goldens arrive.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they're the old
those are
people.
the old people.
Ah,
We don't know what's going to happen.
hell
This is a
yeah.
first. This is a first.
I wonder if old people are gonna hook
So
up. with
they're intermixing all the different. Oh, okay. You're
Oh
buying
yeah.
me
What
in.
if
You're
one of
buying
those
me in.
young dudes just like fucking broke a hip of one of the old ladies, just
Oh,
reaming her out?
bust the dust off that old dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now that you guys are all good and horny, we're gonna let you go.
Shout out the
Oh,
Albany
good.
Firebirds of the Arena Football 1. They've completed the undefeated season. Excellent championship game against my Nashville Cats. Again, AF1 continually has like the most exciting championship game out of like any sport.
Congratulations, Firebirds.
They kicked the fuck out of the UFL championship game because the UFL championship was a blowout. CFL was a blowout. NFL was a blowout. IFL was a blowout. AF1, exciting as shit every time.
You got it. You heard it here. Jimbo knows. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week for another exciting edition of the Sports Hole. Bye.